What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Chris, aka Barnon11970. Thank you for watching this video, and I have an important message for people to consider before they potentially create a very dangerous situation. So to any of the militia out there, I need people to get this message out, because there's a thing called drowning in good intention. Now, those of us who are smart enough to pay attention know that this situation over at the Bundy Ranch in Nevada is not just about cattle. It's not just about turtles. This is a land grab. This is, if you look up Agenda 21, I know there are going to be people who say, oh, that's crazy, that's paranoid. Look it up and see. It's about a takeover of land. And that's what's happening here. Because if they were caring about those turtles, first of all, they wouldn't be making all of those cattle run all over the supposed ground they're trying to protect the turtles for, because I'm sure a bunch of them would have gotten trampled. They're killing some of the cattle and just burying them on the side of the roads. And they also have some facility where they're trying to save some of these turtles. They lost the funding, and they're going to kill a bunch of them. That's not, last time I checked, that's not how you protect things. So this is not about that. So us, the smarter people that are getting it. What people need to understand is, I understand that there are people that want to go there and help. But there's a saying that says, drowning in good intention. Going there, and I've been in this community since 2010. I've watched tons of videos, and I've seen plenty of videos on these militias. And a lot of these people have very itchy trigger fingers, and they've been waiting for a collapse so they can start their vengeance. In a way, I can't blame them. I understand the frustration. I understand the fact that majority of people just don't give a damn. And it's sad, it's angry, it's frustrating. It leaves you in solitude sometimes, because you can't relate to the normal person anymore who's too busy worrying about what Miley Cyrus is doing and what football team and baseball team is really going to make it this year. And that's one of the reasons why I still wear this cap, because it's a reminder of what I used to be and what my priorities used to be. So I can understand that people want to go there and say, yeah, we're going to show them. And what happens is you don't think about the consequences. Anyone ever stop to think this is exactly the situation that these governments want? Because what better way to have a gun control law by using a bunch of what they'll call you as some radical terrorist group going into an area and causing gun problems, even if you don't start it? You think the news is going to cover it in a way that makes you look like heroes? The media has propaganda. We all know this. So just consider the situation. Let's say everything, you go perfectly. You go there because you just want to help the situation, and the cops instigate, and even let's just say the cops shoot the first bullet, and you're just defending yourself. And you think you're doing the right thing. Let's say you scare them away. And then all of a sudden the next day you see on the news that they do a report on all the news networks all around the world. And they say, well, the government was just there to protect these lonely turtles, which, by the way, I find it funny that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie is coming out. I wonder if there's any other shows that anybody could see that, for some reason, this year, they've happened to talk about turtles, because that'd be an interesting symbolism, don't you think? But just think about the average person out there that's so dumbed down that they'll believe anything on the news, and they see on the news a channel say, and several channels say, well, the government was just going there because they were protecting these poor turtles. They need to be saved, and they're going to make this whole skit of showing all these poor turtles and how they're losing their hold on life, and the heroes, the Fed and the government, were coming in to save them. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, these terrorists, these radical terrorists, came in guns a-blazing and shot up the federal agents. Do you think the average person is going to stop and say, wait, that doesn't sound right? Or do you think they'll say, wow, I'm so glad our government went in and saved those turtles, and they stopped those radical terrorists? And then we lose the battle. Because you know what happens next? The president goes on the next day and says, this is why we need gun control. This is why we need to pass more restrictive gun laws. And the people will do this. They will applaud. And the very people that went there with the best of intentions, because I'm not going to sit here and say it's not justified, but the very people that went there thinking they're going to be heroes, thinking they're the next John Wayne and the next Clint Eastwood, will be labeled as terrorists. Your names will be erased from history. This is what they do. And do you ever stop and think of all the women and possibly children that are there trying to be there to stop the system peacefully, who may get caught in the crossfire because you want to start a potential civil war? And you know what the government will say? Collateral damage. Unfortunately, they got caught in the middle of the crossfire. These things happen in war. It's a sad thing and we feel bad, but it's collateral damage. Do you think they're really going to mourn them? And do you think the elites, the powers that be, that are sitting on the sidelines having nothing to do with it other than watching it on the news themselves and laughing, do you think they care about their foot soldiers? So the people at the BLM or the BLT or the McDLT, whatever they are, I don't care because they're sellouts and they're paid prostitutes. Do you think for a second that you're nothing more than a pawn in chess, that they're just setting you in to do their dirty work? Do you think they care if you get shot in the head and you get some military-style burial? Yeah, your family will be so excited about that. So I know this message may not come across to a lot of the people that have so much testosterone and happy trigger fingers that they want to go in and think they're doing good. You're going to cause gun restriction. Why do you think they're setting this up? It's chess pieces, people. We have to use this. And I hope people will. So my subscribers, you need to share this. You need to get this message out or make your own video talking about this. Because if they start a war there, and it doesn't matter who starts it, because the media is going to be on the favor of the government. Why? Because the government controls the media. And they are going to make this like you are a bunch of terrorists, even though us smart people know that's not the case. But unfortunately, us smart people are not even 1% of the entire population of the world. The masses are going to hate you. And then the laws are going to come in that take away the rest of our rights to defend ourselves. So you might have won a minor little battle, but they'll win the war. And if we don't start using this brain, is it any wonder that throughout history this is repeated again and again and again? If you want to keep falling into their traps, go there with guns a-blazing. And when you get shot and you're right about to die, just say to yourself, was it worth it? Especially when you know you will not be getting a hero's funeral. You'll be the villain, even though us smart people know why you went there. I hope you watch this. Thanks for watching. Peace.